A little bit further on, folks, let me put a picture where I am and then scroll through our modes up to high. Pretty decent. And then wham, turbo, look at that. All the way down the side of this lake, and let's have a look around this side. That is a really pleasant, in fact one of the most pleasant blankets of floody light I've seen in a long while. And back down to high again, and off, and then on with our spot mode, cycling through down the side of this lake, making the distance very easily, again on its high mode, not turbo. Nearly had the tripod over there, and back the other way again, and then turbo all the way to the other side of that lake, no problem. And then back down to high. Let's try both. High on both, and as mentioned, we can cycle through. And have wherever we want. You'll be playing around with that all night till you find the sweet spot for you. So we'll quick look the other way and do the same. And then turbo on both. It's going to get nice and warm for us. Doing this too often. Speaking of which, let me turn it off. Just waffling on just a second longer there. When I was using both the flood and the spot and setting it low, medium, high, you know, wherever I wanted it. If you go into your ramping mode, seamless ramping mode, which is 4 clicks, the same applies. So now I can go all the way up to turbo and all the way back down again, and it's a really fast ramp. Likewise, I can do the same with the spot. So now not only do we have your stepped up to your 3000 odd, we can go seamless till we're really pushing the light. I'm really liking the tint of this light. I know I keep on saying it. I hope the camera's showing it properly again. I know I've said that. Really pleasant to use. My camera decided to shut itself off there for a second. So yeah, as I was saying, really pleasant and easy to use. And if you're like me, you'll be tinkering around with these different power settings, including when you move to the seamless ramping and take it all the way up to turbo to both. But I think I'll keep it at this setting here on the normal stepped for both. Just a matter of opinion, of course. And then if we want turbo, we can kind of blab that whenever we want, can't we? And then one click takes us back to where we were. And when you do send the light into a little bit of an overheating situation, which, as you can imagine, I've been doing all evening, you can drop down to this high mode and be sensible, he says. Like me, not. and use this more moderate level until you're blue in the face. One last look the other way. Turbo. Back to where we were. Both. What was I saying there about being sensible? So if there's anybody around here tonight, they will certainly know why I'm here. It's been a while as well, you know, folks, just to digress slightly, since I've found a light that I've really enjoyed using. But this one's going straight to the top of the list. For me, the UI is perfect. I can use both flood and spot. I can go stepped or I can go seamless ramping. The turbo performance is really good. It holds that turbo for the good minute and a half, and I can hold the high indefinitely, and the high CRI. In fact, you're probably getting the hint here, aren't you, with how long I'm mucking around with it for. It's been a really fun light for me to review this one as. Really recommend it. Catch you soon, folks.